You ever see kids get punished and it's so awkward? That lady just smacked her son in the face. And I looked over the right, but she did. I'm sure my time will come. Crazy! I was born to be crazy.
On your Spirit FM 90.5. Ryan Stevenson.
I can't even show you guys because I don't want to unhook my phone, but like the light fixtures are like swaying really hard. Oh my god, they're swaying so hard. Okay, the clouds are starting to move aside now. Man, I hope it's not raining towards school because that's gonna suck. So part of the reason why I wanted to start a YouTube channel was because last semester when it started back in January, I had a 2-month-old and I was like, oh my gosh, like what am I gonna do? Like I wonder if there's anybody that's been in my situation as far as like breastfeeding and how they did it, like being in college, and like all these things like were like coming to my head. I'm like, how do people like time manage within their homework and being like a wife and technically a stay-at-home mom? Like I'm always like, I'm a full-time student, a part-time mom. Like I'm still with him the majority of the time. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go on YouTube and I'm gonna go search up like breastfeeding on campus, breastfeeding as a college mom, and there was like 2 videos that came up and it wasn't like what I was looking for. So I was like, I have so much to say about this now that I've lived it, and I was like, I need to put my stuff out there. I was like, I need to create something that maybe not all people can relate to, but somebody can find answers. I was like, I need to do this. So I kept putting it off, and I never did. So here we are, like 6 months later. So it was like the first week of like orientation for transfer students, and I met with like we kind of have like guidance counselors, so then we have our advisors. So I met with my guidance counselor, kind of, that's what they're called. And I was asking her, you know, I was telling her my situation. I said, I'm a first-time mom, I'm breastfeeding. And I was like, is there anywhere that I could pump, like, in between classes? Like, who do I talk to? What do I do? So then we have, like, you know when you're in school, like, grade school, and they're like, if you have any, like, special needs, like, talk to this person. So basically my university has that person. So they were like, oh, go talk to her, and she'll, like, help you out with, like, what you need. So I did. I went to go talk to her, and she was like, oh, talk to the nurses. She's like, tell them that I sent you. Went and talked to them, and I was like, you know, first time mom, I need a pump. Where do I pump? And then she was like, they were like super friendly too, by the way. I love them. Like I seen them every day for like 4 months. So they actually provided me with one of like the patient rooms. And if patient rooms were unavailable, they actually let me use the head nurse's office. And so I got to pump in there. She would just leave and let me do my thing. And I only pumped for like 20 minutes just because it was more like a nerve-wracking thing to me, because I had to like hurry up and do it and either get to class or get home. So because my distance is pretty far from the school to my grandparents' house, because my grandma actually watches my son while I'm in school. And so like I said, it's depending on the day and the time, it's a good 45 to an hour. So I'm like, I need to pump before I leave. So last semester, you know, I made sure that I spoke to the right people. Like, never be afraid to stand up and, you know, ask questions for yourself. Like, never be afraid to just, you know, always ask questions. It's important for you to like know your right. So make sure you check your state's laws on breastfeeding and pumping and sessions and all of that good stuff, because you want to be informed about what your rights are. So I didn't want to just show up, so I made sure about my Florida laws about breastfeeding and about universities and about. So before I went in there and like started asking all these questions, like demanding my room, I made sure I was informed and I had like the backup knowledge. Like I even had everything like saved on my phone. I said, you guys are not gonna get me. But they were like really sweet, you know. This man been on my butt for like since I left the house, I swear. Like, get off my butt. Get off my butt. You ever like want to break really hard on somebody? But I know that's illegal, but how are they gonna know? I mean, they're the ones that hit my butt, right? Yeah, and I made sure that I talked to all of my professors as well. Like, hey, first time mom here. I mean, I didn't really say all that stuff, but I was like, oh, I'm breastfeeding, so, you know, there may be times where I'll either like show up late or I'll have to leave, you know, because it hurts, you know, it hurts. Those of you who breastfeed, you know. So there was actually one professor, which is actually my advisor. Like I told her right from the get-go, you know, and she was like, oh, okay, cool, you know, like, you know, whatever. Like I was super intimidated by her at first, but I love her. Like I really do love her. She's awesome. And then so like when I told her like this is what I needed to do, whatever, and her class was actually like one of my longer classes, and it was towards like the end of the day. So, you know, I made sure to ask her if I could like leave her class early so I could pump, because the nurse's office closes at 5. So, and her class ended at like 4:50, and I'm like, you know, that doesn't really work for me. Is it okay if I leave your class like a couple minutes early so that way I have time to walk over there and pump and be out? And she was super supportive. She was like, oh, she's like, I think that's stupid that they won't like wait for you so you can pump, but yeah, go ahead, you know, whatever, do what you gotta do. Super nice. So she let me leave her class every day, and I had her twice a week. So, you know, just make sure you talk to your professors, like make them aware of your situation, your advisor, like let people know, okay? But up and towards the end, like I got tired of leaving her class early because for one, I really loved it and it's super informative, and I was just really upset that I had to leave early. I know, crazy, right? But I was like, you know what? I actually started pumping on the way home. Like I would pack my I actually made my own pumping bra because they're kind of pricey, and I already had a extra sports bra that was kind of old but still like secure, so that's what I use. I'm sure you guys could like search for one, you know, like how to like do a cheap pumping bra. Or if you guys want me to do it, I'll do it. But it's super easy just using a sports bra. You can probably go on Pinterest and find it. It's really easy. So I made sure like I had all of my gear with me in my bag. So I made sure I had all my pumping gear in my car. And made sure my pump was fully charged. So I had my bra. And I would either wear my bra to that specific class, or I would just like change, because there was a bathroom like right by the parking lot, so I would just swap it out, and then I'd get in my car and I'd like hook it up and then I'd roll out. So like I said, it takes me some time to pick up my son, so it was perfect because I wasn't missing class and it was making my drive a little bit more productive. Oh, you never left my side. You never left my side, no. So I ended up pumping on the way home. Like, I think I was probably like in my last month of the semester, and I was like, screw it, I'll just pump on the way home. And that's actually what I do this semester. And I leave at like a decent time so I could go to the nursing like patient room. But honestly, like for me, I spend like a whole nother 30 minutes at school, and it's like, for what, when I could just pump on the way home, you know, make do with the time that I have. So for me, it's easier to just pump on the way. But like I said, I did get the experience of pumping on campus as well, so there's that. But I just found that it was easier for me to pump on the way home, so that's what I do now, 2 times a week. But now that we're cutting close to the finish line, I'm trying not to pump as much, not because I want to wean, you know. I'm gonna try to go for as long as he would like to go. He'll be a year in October, and I kind of just, by then I want to be able to stop pumping entirely. So if you guys want to stick along for that journey as well, make sure you guys subscribe, because I will continue to post things like that. I personally hate pumping, but I do it because I need to keep up with supply, and I need to make sure that I have enough for the home. So if you guys want tips and tricks on how to, like, I don't want to say like up your supply, but maintain your supply. Maintain. There's that Florida accent, that maintain. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you found it helpful for those of you mothers who are breastfeeding and are in college, are planning to go to college. I mean, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe for more videos like this, and make sure you hit that like button so I know that you want to see breastfeeding tips, tricks, not really tricks, but tips for maintaining a supply while in college, or, you know, just in general. I'm sure it could work for work. Yeah, that is it for car rides with Taylor. Discussions, talks, you name it, I got you. All right, guys, I will see you in the next one. Florida sun is down.